To all the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making out.
What's up, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and welcome to another episode of NBA Talk. And I'm pretty sure we've all watched the last two episodes of The Last Dance. And I just gotta say, those were two of the best episodes in the entire docu-series. And so we're gonna get into some of the things that they covered in those episodes right now. I loved how they covered the finale to the series, especially when it came from the mental the mental struggles of trying to stay locked in because of everything they went through, and also because the physicality, also they were physically starting to break down physically and mentally, starting in that Indiana series, seeing that how the Indiana Pacers, how they were so deep and they had so much confidence that they could knock off the Bulls. It was it was almost, in a way, it pressured them to playing their best game, because you saw you see these young guys, well, not young, but they're a very deep veteran team that's they were mainly built to beat the Chicago Bulls. And so the way they handled playing in the hostile environment in Indiana, because anytime you go to Indiana playing the Pacers, even in today's NBA, that Indiana crowd is very loyal to their team. So that that's one thing you got to give it to the Indiana crowd over there. When it comes to the Pacers, they are very loyal to the Pacers. So in that aspect, and then also what the you also have to see how much they went through when playing the Utah Jazz twice. And when Jordan, the whole thing with Jordan getting motivated by any little thing, that's not a joke. I think this guy literally will try anything to get motivated. And even though some things are a little exaggerated, but I think the whole thing with Karl Malone getting MVP, I feel like he would do something like that. He'd be like, okay, you could give him MVP, but I'm gonna get this ring. So that that to me was interesting. Now, the one thing we've all debated about was the flu game. Did he really have the flu? And now, from this moment in time, I am not calling it the flu game anymore. I'm calling it the vomit game, because basically that he had food poisoning and all that from a bad pizza he got in Utah, because apparently five people pulled up to deliver the pizza and everything. That must have already sounded suspect as is. So I don't know how the hell you accept the pizza when so many people came to deliver that pizza. So I don't know. That's me. But the game itself, he played a legendary game, but I'm just not calling it the flu game anymore. I'm just not gonna call it the flu game, cause and it's crazy because it sounds so iconic being the flu game, but it, when you hear all the details and everything, it's like you don't. Will you still call it the flu game or what? But the aspect of it is that he played 44 minutes, I believe. I think, yeah, he played 44 minutes while feeling that kind of sickness, because you're not able to eat. You're basically in bed on the majority of the day, because there's a difference between food poisoning and the flu. The flu, Jordan ain't getting up to play no basketball game if Jordan got the flu. I don't give that legendary will to win. I don't give a damn about what legendary will you have to win. You have the flu. You're not getting up for a basketball game. That's not happening. I don't give a damn who you are. So we're not gonna act like Jordan is Iron Man also, because he ain't. He's not gonna fight through everything. So yeah, that whole thing with the whole thing with the vomit game. I'm saying it again. It's a still legendary game. I'm not taking no credit away from that. He came up big for his team, even feeling sick. That iconic picture of Scottie Pippen holding Michael Jordan at the end of the game. That's an iconic photo right there. It's just showing how much he laid on the line just to be able to win. And winning that, and then the confidence he had in Steve Kerr to make that clutch shot in the 97 finals is it's just that it's that moment where you realize if Mike never learned how to share the ball and trust his teammates more, then who knows if he would have got all those championships that he got. Because it's like back it, it's like back in 91 it's back in 91. It when they explain, "Hey, do you not see John Paxton wide open? Keep feeding him the ball. You're getting double teamed." And guess what? He kept feeding him the ball, and eventually they got to pay attention to John Paxton, and he's going to get his one-on-one matchups again. So the fact that Jordan was able to trust his teammates is what led to his success. Yes, Jordan was a very skilled basketball player and one of the greats to ever do it. But I'm not going to sit here and exaggerate the fact that he was the sole reason why they won all those championships. Jordan had to learn how to trust his teammates and trust Phil's system. He had to learn how to trust Phil's system, and that was the only way that he could get to the success that he reached. Especially going through that 98 season with all the drama they went through, with Dennis Rodman leaving in the middle of the 98 finals to go be with Hulk Hogan or something like that. All the drama they went through in 98, and the fact that they clawed, that I mean they if the way the documentary made it look like is that they clawed their way out that NBA finals. And the Bulls, they took game 1. They took game 1 and they destroyed the Jazz in game 3. They won by 40 plus points in game 3. Did they drop game 4 and game 5? Yes, they did. They they dropped no, I don't think they dropped I don't think they dropped game 4, I believe. They had a chance to they were up 3-1. They were up 3-1 and then they lost game 5 and then they had to go finish it off in game 6. But for me with with the Last Dance documentary, the whole retrospect of people trying to put Jordan on this undisputed pedestal, I don't see him on this undisputed pedestal anymore. Everybody's got their opinion, but my opinion is I believe that Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe are on an even playing field. They're on an even playing field. Especially if you compare not LeBron, if you compare Jordan and Kobe. They were both part of a system that led to being successful, to being off the ball, to trusting their teammates, and showing that they can adapt to that kind of system because the triangle is not an easy system to adapt to. And when you see when you see LeBron, who's already used to trusting his teammates and passing the ball and all that, he had to learn how to take matters into his own hands. It was the complete opposite. So it's like when you see what these greats had to go through in changing their game and in order to improve, you have this Last Dance documentary makes me put all three of them on an even pedestal. Like I don't put Jordan on this high mountaintop that everybody else is putting him on anymore. Like I'm not saying he's not one of the greats. I'm not saying Jordan's not one of the greats. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. But the documentary does humanize Michael Jordan. it does humanize Michael Jordan and made it look like, hey, he does get tired. He does get exhausted. He was mentally drained. This was difficult. Like this was difficult. Is he the way some other people will describe Michael Jordan is that he's a myth. Like he never he never felt anything. Like he just wanted it was just win or no, it was just nothing but win at all costs. But yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, he did anything he did to win. But Jordan also has to accept the fact that he was put in a very good situation. He was put in a very good situation. Phil Jackson and the rest of that Bulls organization, they built a perfect team around Michael Jordan. And the next thing I want to get into is after they won the 98 championship, when you see how they're celebrating and all that, and basically Jordan talking about like would he have gone for a seventh, and he said yes, and he thinks that they could have won a seventh ring. To me, I think I might be one. I think I might be one of the few that heavily disagrees. I don't think he would. I don't think the Bulls would have beaten the '99 Spurs or the 2000 Lakers. To tell you the truth, I don't. I'm in complete disagree when I say that I don't think the Bulls would have won another title. The only time I think they would have had a chance to win a seventh would have been when Jordan wants to go play baseball, and that's the truth. But even then, that Bulls team, that team always struggled against good big men, and Hakeem Olajuwon is one of the best to ever do it. So that Rockets team, especially the '95 Rockets, when they got Clyde Drexler in addition, it just tells me that we will never know if the Bulls would have been able to compete with a team like the Rockets. Would they been able to compete with the San Antonio Spurs? Would they been able to compete with the 2000 Lakers? Even though to me the 2000 Lakers is a long shot. I think they would have. I think the Bulls would have got decimated if they made it to the 2000 finals. So, because age does play a factor. The '98 Bulls team was already older. I think they were the oldest championship team. The age average was 31. Everybody was 31 and older on that team. So the you have the age, the mental breakdown just in that '98 season, and the physical breakdown because look how Scotty was playing with a bad back. Scotty barely looked like he can move. He barely looked like he can move in game 6. And plus with the way that Scotty was already on edge with not wanting to come back to play for the Chicago Bulls, you really think the Bulls are going to win a seventh when Scottie Pippen's not there? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I really don't think so. But overall, with overall this documentary, like I said, it humanizes Michael Jordan. We got to see a lot deeper aspect of what Jordan's career was like. And to me, I don't look at Jordan's career as this legendary myth anymore and all that. Like so many people will, saying that nobody could touch Jordan and all that. That's not true. That's not true. We have greats all over the NBA. We need to put some respect on legends' names. We got to put some respect on Wilt Chamberlain's name. We got to put some respect on Bill Russell's name. We got to put some respect on Tim Duncan's name. We got to put some respect on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's name. Now, I'm not telling you that Jordan didn't do much in his career. What some of the things that he did, they were legendary. That '98 finals was legendary. It will go as one of his best finals. And then that finals against the '93 Phoenix Suns, and basically don't put don't try to bring down every other legend just to bring up Michael Jordan. I can't stand the nitpicking anymore. And even for people who say LeBron is better, don't nitpick Michael Jordan to bring up LeBron. Like, don't nitpick Kobe to bring up Jordan. Don't nitpick any other legend to bring up one of your favorite players. Appreciate greatness and appreciate what the grind that they went through slash going through in order to achieve greatness. In At the end of the day, we're all witnesses, and we don't know what, and we will never know what it's like because most of us have never tried it ourselves. So so I don't want to hear, oh, Wilt Chamberlain played in the era where there was not any talent, or LeBron played in a weak Eastern Conference, or Kobe got carried by Shaq, or Bill Russell played in a weak era. I don't Kareem had Magic. Magic had Kareem. Larry whatever excuse that you come up with, I don't want to hear it no more. Legends are legends, and that's it. And these guys are Hall of Famers. They're the greats of the game. Show them their respect. Put some respect on their name. And Jordan is just not one of those legends to me. He's not above everybody else. And that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, I feel sorry for you. If you don't like it, I feel sorry for you. If you're gonna take it that deep and you don't like that I don't put Michael Jordan on this high pedestal of a god, then you're on the wrong channel. Because I look into perspectives when it comes to the game of basketball. And Jordan was put in a system that was perfect for him to succeed. When you give him a great defender like Scottie Pippen, a great defender and rebounder, let me start that over. When you give him a great sidekick like Scottie Pippen, who is also an all-time great, that's another thing I can't stand. Don't diminish Scottie Pippen to bring up Michael Jordan. Without Scottie, there's no Jordan. I'm sorry, that's how I'm putting it. No Scottie, no 6 rings. No Dennis Rodman, no three other rings. No Steve Kerr, who knows how that 97 finals goes. I don't believe I'm hearing people diminishing even Jordan's teammates in order to bring up Jordan. He said it himself, without Scottie Pippen, I'm not winning 6 championships. Like, if you can't take it from the man himself, I don't know how else do you want to hear it? If he didn't trust his teammates, if he didn't trust John Paxson, if he didn't trust Steve Kerr, if he didn't trust Horace Grant, if he didn't trust Dennis Rodman, if he didn't trust Tony Kukoc, if I don't know how else to explain it anymore. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like LeBron if he didn't trust Kyrie in the 2016 finals. It's like if Shaq didn't trust Kobe, if Kobe didn't trust Shaq, even though they did have their issues, but at the end of the day, they did have to depend on each other when the time came. It's like if Larry Bird didn't trust Cedric Maxwell, if he didn't trust Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, if he didn't trust Bill Walton, their careers would have played a lot differently. So I sound really, really frustrated right now. I just wanted to make my point clear. I just want to make my point perfectly clear. Don't diminish other players to bring up your favorite player. Even though I'm going to still hear that for the rest of my life, I will still say you need a team in order to succeed. You need a teammate in order to get an assist. You need a teammate in order to help you get those points. You need a teammate in order to help you get rebounds. Basketball is a team game. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. Now, if you want to debate about who is an overall better player and all that, I'm not going to get into the deeper aspect of that because that involves analytical things and all that, and I'm not getting into that analytical BS. You could debate about that all you want, but in terms of greatness, just appreciate the greatness and enjoy these legends. Enjoy what they endured, the memories they left, the moments that you got to see, whether you got to see them perform live or you saw them on TV in that time that they were playing. Just appreciate it. Just appreciate it. That's all I have to say. But anyway, when it comes to this documentary, my overall review, I'm giving this documentary is probably one of the best basketball documentaries that I've ever seen. Now personally, I still like the Lakers Celtics documentary, Best of Enemies. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you find a way to watch it. That one to me is also really good. But The Last Dance, it's probably one of my top 3 best sports documentaries that I've seen. And I like how they broke it apart into a 10-part series. And if you're a basketball fan and you haven't seen this documentary, you've probably been under a rock, because this is the one thing that was probably helping a lot of us through these quarantine times. So if I had to break it down into my top 3, I'm still putting Lakers versus Celtics Best of Enemies above The Last Dance. The Last Dance is second, and the third would be the story of the Bad Boy Pistons. And then I'll probably put Winning Time with Reggie Miller as fourth. So yeah, those are probably my top 4 best my top 4 best basketball documentaries that I've seen. Like I said, I'm not saying they're the best to ever be made. I'm saying this is the best that I've seen. So at the end of the day, this is my opinion about where I rank these basketball documentaries, and I have The Last Dance being second. So yeah, I think I just about covered everything I needed to cover. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed The Last Dance. I very much enjoyed it. It was a very good. It was a very good series. Would I ever rewatch it? I have no idea if it ever came on Netflix or something like that. And let's say I'm on a plane and I need something and I got something to watch, I'll probably download it and watch it on a flight or something like that, or on a road trip. But yeah, this was a good documentary, a good experience to see the Bulls from a deeper perspective of their dynasty. They're still one of the greatest dynasties in basketball, next to the Lakers and the Celtics. Anyway, I got nothing else to say from this point out. Whatever your opinion is on Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls, and all that, that's all up to you. But at the end of the day, we all love basketball. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like basketball content. Let me know what your favorite basketball documentaries are. Write it down in the comments section, and let me know. Is your Hall of Fame rank selection any different from ESPN's ranking system? Because I think I would change a couple of things. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Like, comment, subscribe if you like basketball content. This is your boy J Varsity, and I'm out. Peace.
We got some non-believers out there.
Make believers out of non-believers. Make believers out the overseers. Make them bow down when they leave.